The Packers, after playing the Eagles, have a few things to look forward to for the season, but are also very worried about the injury to Jordan Love. Jordan Love sustained an MCL sprain during the Green Bay Packers season opener against the Eagles on Friday. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, no ACL damage was detected. While Love is expected to miss 3 to 6 weeks, there is early optimism that he may return sooner than anticipated. Jordan Love was widely projected to have a big season after his breakout performance last year. Last season, he threw for 4,159 yards with 32 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in 17 games, solidifying his place as one of the league's top quarterbacks. Green Bay rewarded him with a record $75 million signing bonus and $155 million in new guaranteed money, making him one of the highest paid players in the league. Though the missed time is a setback for the Packers, the diagnosis comes as a relief, considering initial fears of a more serious season-ending injury. Love will undergo further testing to fully assess the extent of the damage, but his season is not in jeopardy. Jordan Love, after getting a huge offseason extension, started tonight for his second season as a starter. He had a very solid performance until the last few seconds where he got that injury, and we saw all game him getting worked on that leg. And their first two possessions, the Eagles turned the ball over twice, with Xavier McKinney intercepting a pass and Devontae Wyatt recovering a fumble, both deep in Philadelphia's territory. However, the Packers' offense struggled due to penalties and poor execution, leading to 2 field goals instead of a potential 14-0 lead. The Packers really needed to come up with touchdowns there. A third turnover came in the fourth quarter when Jair Alexander intercepted a pass in the end zone, sparking a long drive for the Packers. But once again, Green Bay's offense stalled, settling for another field goal. Late in the third quarter, trailing by 5 points, the Packers had another chance for points, but rookie Braden Narvson missed a 43-yard field goal. He later made his third field goal of 4 attempts, cutting the deficit to 31-29. There were 17 total penalties in the game, 10 on Green Bay, 7 on Philadelphia, not counting declined or offsetting penalties. The Packers offense was called for a ton of holding calls, offensive pass interference, and pre-snap violations, while defensive penalties late in the game helped the Eagles drain almost 8 minutes off the clock, preventing Green Bay from getting the ball back. Both teams exchanged big plays throughout the game. Jaden Reed stood out for the Packers with 4 catches for 138 yards, including a 33-yard end-around run and a 70-yard catch-and-run touchdown. For the Eagles, A.J. Brown had 5 receptions for 119 yards, including a 67-yard touchdown catch. Josh Jacobs, after a slow start, managed 84 yards on the ground for Green Bay, while Saquon Barkley led Philadelphia with 109 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. Jalen Hurts threw for 278 yards compared to Jordan Love's 260 yards. Love also threw 17 of 34, but the key difference was the Eagles' ability to sustain long drives. Philadelphia controlled the clock with 3 drives lasting more than 5 minutes, including one over 7 minutes, while the Packers defense under new coordinator Jeff Hafley struggled with missed tackles. That was also because of the field conditions we saw in this game. It seemed like you couldn't make a hard cut or anything without slipping. It looked very hard to play on. Jordan Love was injured in the final seconds as the Packers tried to score a game-winning touchdown on their last drive. After completing a 33-yard pass to Jaden Reed that brought Green Bay to midfield, Love came under pressure from Jalen Carter and Josh Sweat. As he attempted to toss the ball back to Josh Jacobs, Carter, who was down, grabbed Love's left leg while Sweat forced him to the ground. On Saturday morning the next day, there was some optimism as the Packers learned that Love may have avoided an ACL injury. He will undergo further tests, including an MRI, once the team returns to Green Bay. The injury follows a significant offseason for Jordan Love, who signed a 4-year, $220 million extension. Last season, he completed 64.2% of his passes, throwing for over 4,000 yards and 32 touchdowns with 11 interceptions, leading the Packers to a playoff appearance. Josh Jacobs had a really good game for the Packers. I feel like he's going to be a difference maker for this team throughout the season. He carried the ball 16 times for 84 yards and caught 2 of 3 targets for 20 yards. He had a slow start, managing just 4 yards on 6 carries in the first half. However, the Alabama product found his rhythm after halftime, breaking off 3 runs of over 10 yards, including a 32-yard burst early in the fourth quarter that helped set up a Packers field goal. Overall, it was a promising debut for Jacobs as a Packer, following a successful run with the Raiders, where he surpassed 1,000 rushing yards in 3 of his last 5 seasons. With concerns over Jordan Love's apparent left leg injury in the final seconds of Friday night's game, Jaden Reed's standout performance went somewhat unnoticed. Like I said, Jaden Reed had a very solid performance. The second-year receiver was the biggest player for Green Bay in their loss to the Eagles. Reed totaled 171 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 5 touches. Despite his impressive showing, Reed remained grounded after the game, reflecting on his performance in a measured way. Green Bay managed only 6 points in the first quarter, despite starting the 2 drives in the red zone. On their first possession of the second quarter, the offense moved into Eagles territory. On the 5th play, from Philadelphia's 33-yard line, Reed executed a flawless end-around, shedding an arm tackle and breaking free to score. That was a huge play for the Packers, and hopefully we will see more from Jaden Reed throughout the season. He struck again on the next drive after that play, capitalizing on broken coverage and juking safety CJ Gardner-Johnson for a 70-yard touchdown reception. That touchdown put Green Bay back in front. However, the Packers offense struggled with inconsistency afterward, and Reed dropped a 3rd down pass late in the 3rd quarter. There was a lot of drops from the Packers in this game. That drop from Jaden Reed led to a missed 43-yard field goal like I mentioned earlier. The Packers can't afford a serious injury to Jordan Love as they lack an experienced backup quarterback. Malik Willis, a 2022 3rd-round pick from Liberty, is the only other quarterback on Green Bay's 53-man roster. Known more for his running ability than his passing, Willis has just made 3 career starts, all in his rookie season, without surpassing 100 yards in any of those games. Additionally, Willis joined the Packers less than 2 weeks ago after being acquired from the Titans for a 2025 7th-round pick, meaning he may not yet have developed a strong connection with the offense. Another option is 2023 5th-round pick Sean Clifford. After acquiring Willis, the Packers initially cut Clifford and rookie 7th-rounder Michael Pratt, but later brought Clifford back onto the practice squad. An early win with Love at the helm would have been helpful for the Packers, but they missed the chance on Friday despite racking up 414 total yards of offense. Penalties, red zone struggles, and the inability to contain Saquon Barkley ultimately led to their downfall. Jaden Reed, who scored 10 touchdowns as a rookie, he was a bright spot. In the game against the Eagles, he turned 5 touches into 171 total yards and 2 touchdowns. On both of his scores, Reed broke tackles in the open field, gaining approximately 55 yards after contact, 24 yards on the first touchdown, and 31 on the second. Reed ended his rookie season by scoring in 6 of his last 8 regular season games, and including week 1, he has now recorded multiple touchdowns in 3 career games. In addition to setting new career highs with 138 receiving yards and 171 total yards, Reed's 33-yard rushing touchdown was a career long, surpassing a 32-yard run from last season, while his 70-yard touchdown reception also set a new personal best, topping last season's 59-yarder. The Packers could of course trade for a quarterback to help them these next few weeks without Jordan Love. They could go for a guy like Jameis Winston or Ryan Tannehill, who is a free agent. He would be able to get the job done until Jordan Love can return. This team overall looked good and picked up where they left off, wanting to prove to the rest of the league that this young team is ready to compete for a Super Bowl. It's very unfortunate what happened to Jordan Love, and we saw him getting worked on his leg all game long, but it honestly could have been so much worse, and 3 to 6 weeks isn't as bad as it could have been. I'm hoping for a speedy and smooth recovery and he comes back healthy. He was showing everyone that he can lead this team to another winning season and playoff appearance, so hopefully he comes back and doesn't miss a beat. The Packers will have to navigate the quarterback situation these next few weeks, but this young defense and offense is ready for the task to step up and hold their own without Jordan Love. If you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Packers video or any video at all. Comment down below what you're looking forward to most for this season, what you thought about this game. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.